Hey everybody, we have a pretty juicy story today. So however you landed here, thanks for tagging along. Now I first heard about this from Bob Worldbuilder, so thanks Bob, you keep building. I'm going to be taking my article today from GeekWire, and it's written by Thomas Wilde. Now if you want to read the whole thing, click on the link in the description below. And without further ado, let's read it and discuss. A new round of layoffs at Hasbro has impacted its subsidiary Wizards of the Coast, despite Wizards' strong recent performance and its status as a linchpin for Hasbro's overall revenue stream. As has been the case for the last couple of years, Hasbro's gaming endeavors, led by Wizards of the Coast, have been the only consistently profitable part of the entire company. In its most recent earnings report, Hasbro wrote that its toy and entertainment segments are both losing money, while its gaming segment's revenue grew by 40% in quarter 3 of 2023. So that means that even though they're doing excellently, they're the only part of the business that's actually thriving. That still does not equal job security. How interesting. And so if you want to look at the total list of people who have been let go, who are affected by this, you can see lists posted on some other reporting sites and on Reddit. But a lot of the people who have been let go are designers, lead designers, people that have been with the company for 10, 15 years, lead artists, head artists. So really the people who shape the feel and the look of our beloved game, those are the people who are getting kicked out. So for dungeon masters who, like me, who have been pining, who've been just asking and begging for better rule support from Wizards of the Coast, it don't look good for us guys. Straight up, I don't see how they're gonna flesh out the mechanics any better when they're gonna have not only just less designers, but also less experienced designers. And so moving on. The dismissals at Wizards play into a disturbing trend across the game development industry and related fields throughout 2023. Over 9,000 developers worldwide have been dismissed over the course of the year, as per independent tracker Video Game Layoffs. Click the link in the description to see it for yourself. Now, the traditional impact of these layoffs is that they tank morale and destabilize business. If overwhelming success can't protect your company from cuts, then the smart response is that you take your talents elsewhere. And that is what I highly suggest you do if you have the opportunity. Just go elsewhere, because what that means is that a lot of the top talent is going to be forced essentially to go to competitor companies. And that is only going to stoke the fires of the already roaring RPG renaissance that is currently underway, even as we speak. Now, on the other hand, Wizards of the Coast is in a unique position in this industry. While it does handle a lot of video game development right now, it just debuted, Wizards dominates both collectible card games and tabletop RPGs. It's got competitors, but most of them have a fraction of the audience and visibility of Wizards' core franchises, and that is true. It's unfortunate, but it is true. Dissatisfied employees would seem to have nowhere to go but down. As of this year, however, that may be changing due to ongoing fallout from a recent controversy at Wizards of the Coast. For those who are coming in late, okay, so this is just going to talk about the OGL scandal. So blah, 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 blah. Okay, so if you don't know about the OGL scandal by now, you're probably not watching this channel. But if you are still watching this channel and you don't know about the OGL scandal, then go ahead and watch one of my old videos on it. And tons of other YouTubers have done whole comprehensive videos on what it is, why it was bad. And I suggest you go and educate yourself on that, because it is important to know, the shady stuff the corporations are trying to pull, of which there is no shortage. Now, for the last year, Paizo has been going out of its way to make itself look like a preferable alternative to Wizards of the Coast for both players and professionals. Its audience is growing rapidly thanks to dissatisfied D&D fans switching systems, and now it's a union shop in the same state as Wizards. Now, I, as a professional game master, do find Pathfinder to have much more solid systems. However, there are still some problems, which I will talk about in my review of the remaster, which will be coming out soon. With Hasbro's most recent round of layoffs, there's a real possibility that we could see a brain drain from Wizards to Paizo and other independent shops in the Washington area, such as Cobalt Press, and that would be amazing. Some of the top minds of Wizards of the Coast going to go work for Paizo, Starfinder, Pathfinder, or some of the head designers going to Cobalt Press. Like, imagine what those guys can bring to some of those other systems, having worked on D&D for as long as they have, having so much experience with the D20 system in of itself too. That could be monumental, and that could be a huge spark, to just add to that fire, which is the RPG renaissance. And so that in of itself is exciting to me. He goes on to say that Wizards already has a packed schedule for D&D's 50th anniversary next year, with a big rules update, several new projects in the wings, is positioned to have a good year. If Hasbro continues to treat Wizards this carelessly, however, it could bring D&D and Magic's current boom period to a sudden stop. Yes, and I couldn't agree more, because realistically, what does this encourage, if not an absolute destruction of everybody's group morale? You have coworkers you've been working with for years, some of the heavy hitters in the industry getting laid off right before Christmas. And so, of course, we need to see what the corporation itself has to say about this. And so click on the link below to read the actual email that got sent out. But there are some gems in here. One of my favorites is, we value each of our team members. I guess they're as valuable as the unemployment check, huh? We value each of our team members. They aren't just employees, they're friends and colleagues. Oh, what did you get your friends and colleagues this Christmas? A little unemployment, a little, open the box and there's a little, early retirement in there. No biggie. I mean, this is literally an insult. And they should 100% be insulted by this. 15 years and you get laid off. And there was no warning. There was no, 3 month, 4 month, 6 month, warning that this was going to happen. It's just, you don't work here anymore. Merry Christmas. Now, if that doesn't get you into the, season spirit to buy from Hasbro, I don't know what does. But I can tell you this. This does not make me particularly excited for the new edition of Dungeons & Dragons. This does not make me particularly excited for anything that Hasbro or Wizards of the Coast has coming up in the immediate future, which pains me to say because I've been a fanboy for a while. But, we can't be blind to this kind of thing because they're single-handedly raising the unemployment rate in the U.S. with decisions like this. Now, they do go on to say that we decided to communicate now so that people have the time to process the changes. What do you mean we decided to? What is 2 or 3 days notice? What is that? That's nothing. That may as well have been a same-day firing. They go on to say, geez, that just gets me so, boils the blood. But anyway, for the employees affected, we're offering comprehensive packages including job placement support to assist in their transition. I mean, really? Right before the holidays, these people are now going to be doing some job hunting. That's what they're going to be doing for their holiday season. Figuring out how their income is going to be coming in next year. There should not have to be job placement support and all of this kind of stuff. Really, I think that is disgusting behavior. I think that it is a clear corporate attempt to simply cut costs at the end of the year so that their lines can go up so that they can impress their investors. I feel like this completely disrespects the creators of the work that we so love. The employees should be absolutely disgusted, and I wish them all the best of luck of finding work elsewhere. And I know that if even half these people can get hired in other places in the gaming industry, then all Wizards of the Coast have done is succeeded in buffing up their competition. So good luck, Wizards. You now have a bunch of betrayed filling game designers who are going to happily go work for your competitors. While you release probably what's going to be a weaker and more watered down version of 5e, which is already pretty weak, Chin. But, that's really all I have to say about it. Go ahead and support the Patreon if you can. Hit the subscribe button. Like it if you like it. Dislike it if you dislike it. Peace.